Hi, I'm Matthias, Developer Relations Engineer for Chrome Tooling. In this session, I'll walk you through the most recent updates in Chrome DevTools for our AI innovations, but also beyond. We are going to take a look at how DevTools with AI assistance now supports agentic conversations, how updated UX and UI help you trace Gemini's actions and reasoning in DevTools with structured walkthroughs, how DevTools now helps you to debug more areas of web development with the help of AI and new capabilities, and does so considerably quicker with concise answers and insights you can hand off to your coding agent. And lastly, we are going to look at what DevTools continues to excel at, giving you intuitive tools to debug the web's newest features. Now, let's dive in. Before we look at what's new, let's bring everyone to the same page. Over the last couple of years, we brought the power of Gemini to many common debugging journeys across DevTools. We call those features AI innovations, and there are 4 of them. Console Insights, explaining warnings and errors in the browser console. AI Assistance, which allows you to chat with Gemini directly from DevTools. Code completion and code generation through Gemini in the console and sources panels. And lastly, auto annotations, which helps you understand complex performance traces by suggesting labels for trace events. Find and enable all of those features in the DevTools settings under AI Innovations. And if there is one you shouldn't miss, then it's AI Assistance, because we gave it a major revamp. Let's look into the updates. In the first iteration of AI tools, conversations were based on simple turns, almost like in a game of chess. You would write a prompt, then it was Gemini's turn with an answer. Based on this answer, you would write the next prompt, and so on and on. This is not how your everyday developer tooling works. Agentic coding tools like Gemini CLI or Antigravity continue to work, code, and debug based on just one prompt. They are agentic. We now bring the same power of agentic conversations to AI assistants in Chrome DevTools. Let's look at an example. You can open AI Assistance in Chrome DevTools with the shortcut in the top right of DevTools. This opens the AI Assistance panel in the drawer. Through a new context selection agent, you can immediately ask starting questions with the whole page as context. Based on your original prompt, more specialized agents will take over and find the relevant context in DevTools. So, for example, without thinking further, you can prompt, "How can I improve the performance of this page?" To reasonably answer a question like this, both humans and AI require a performance trace for context. So, Gemini in AI Assistance goes ahead, reloads the page, and records the trace for you, and after that's done, immediately starts analyzing the trace, focusing on the core web vitals, LCP, INP, and CLS, and their related performance insights. Once Gemini has analyzed all performance data, it will give actionable advice to improve the most impactful core web vital metric of your page. In this example, the LCP image load is above 2 seconds, and in total, I'm wasting almost 2 megabytes of image resources, so I got some work to do. If you've been using AI assistants before, you might have noticed something else with this example. We made Gemini's responses considerably shorter and more concise to help you get to action quickly instead of sitting through walls of text. On average, we reduced the number of words generated by Gemini to answer your prompt by 68%. Those improvements will help you diagnose complex issues that previously required multiple conversation turns and manual intervention with just one prompt, for quicker and more confident debugging. Gemini doing more for you is great, but from conversations with developers we know, you still want to be in charge and understand what is going on. So we spent some extra time and care to make sure you can follow Gemini's reasoning about your website with structured walkthroughs. To see how they work, let's go back to our previous performance example. So Gemini recorded a trace for us and summarized its findings. Now, the new agent walkthrough helps us to take a look behind the scenes. When you click Show Agent Walkthrough, a step-by-step walkthrough opens in a split view inside the AI Assistance panel. Key steps inside the walkthrough are displayed through specialized widgets, easy to comprehend at a glance. For example, as part of Gemini's performance investigation, it has looked at the core web vitals recorded during page load. And by clicking the Reveal button in the widget, you are immediately brought to the place where that information is coming from within DevTools. This makes it easy to follow Gemini's steps in DevTools and replicate them yourself too. To start, we added 6 different widgets for various debugging journeys in DevTools. They will surface computed styles, core web vitals, simplified DOM trees, LCP breakdowns, first and third-party performance summaries, and more. And with a click on Reveal, they'll bring you to the original data source in DevTools, seamlessly connecting agentic results, enabling further human investigation, and giving you a tour of DevTools as a bonus. We already briefly touched on conversation context. You don't need to select a specific element, network request, or source file to start a conversation with AI assistants. DevTools finds the right context for you. And AI Assistants now has more access to tools and sources to find relevant context to answer even more of your questions, as we expanded its scope and capabilities, and will continue to do so. For example, do those infamous circles ring a bell with you? Those are scores coming from Lighthouse, which AI Assistants now also has access to. This enables a whole new category of questions. Let's look into an example. Now, you can ask AI assistants, how can I improve the accessibility of this page? With the new agentic capabilities, Gemini and AI assistants will try to record a Lighthouse audit, and similar as for performance, will give you actionable advice based on the Lighthouse accessibility audits. For issues like color contrast, you can ask the agent to perform a quick fix on the inspected page, and verify its own fix afterwards with a prompt like, please fix the color contrast and verify the change afterwards. That's great for a quick gut check, but how to transfer those changes to your actual code base? Let me introduce Copy for Your Coding agent. Let's get back to our example. Clicking the Copy for Your Coding agent button at the end of any conversation summarizes all investigation results and potential fixes from Gemini, adds context where the data is coming from, and condenses everything down into a ready-to-use prompt. You can copy this prompt, take it out of DevTools, and paste it to your favorite coding agent, may it be Antigravity, like in this example, or any other, and let your model of choice take care of the rest. While we worked a great deal to expand the capabilities of AI assistants in Chrome DevTools, there will be some topics it just can help you with, like deciding what's for dinner. But if you think a capability is missing, let us know in the comments below. Something the Chrome tooling team was always proud of is to swiftly give you tools to build with the newest web platform features. No matter if it was view transitions, new CSS add rules like starting style, CSS carousels, corner shape, the new masonry specification, you could debug them all with DevTools before they became baseline widely available. And we will continue to celebrate additions to the web platform by supporting them in DevTools. And there is one feature you can add to the previous list: WebMCP. WebMCP is a proposed web standard which enables websites to give AI agents visiting them specialized tools. This helps AI agents to interact with websites more streamlined and efficiently. You'll find the new tools for WebMCP in the Applications panel by selecting WebMCP in the sidebar. From here, you can inspect defined tools, track invocations, or invoke them manually to debug results without going through an agent. To learn more about WebMCP, get all the details from my teammate Casper in his session, Build Your Website for the Agentic Era. Now, let's wrap up what you learned in this session. We looked at DevTools' new agentic capabilities, allowing you to debug faster and more holistically. While the AI walkthrough with widgets makes sure you stay in the driver's seat. AI Assistants breaks out of its former boundaries and now helps you debug and improve even more areas, like accessibility. And if you prefer to do the improvements with your coding agent of choice, you can hand your debugging results to it using Export for Agents. And with the new WebMCP debugging capabilities, we stand by one of DevTools' core values: to swiftly give you the debugging capabilities for an ever-evolving platform. All these features are available today. I encourage you to head over to the DevTools settings, enable the AI innovations, and see how they transform your own workflow. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.